Hey guys, welcome back to Kumasao Reviews. We've got another hot toy in. This is the Spider-Man Advanced Suit. So this is from the PlayStation 4 exclusive Spider-Man game. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. Really popular stuff. So, of course, it comes with Spider-Man himself. He measures to be, and I already pre-measured this, so I know it's 11 3/4 inches tall. Look at his accessories, because we're not going to use some of them during this review, and I'll tell you why here in a second. So we've got the spider drone, pretty cool stuff, web blast, a little spider plushie, which is cool. So we have two gauntlets here, his different kind, they replace his web shooters or whatever. So this is a concussive blast, this throws out like a sonic boom, and this is the impact web. That's the one that you shoot the web at him and it still like webs him up and stuff like that, but it's able to like knock him down and knock him back and things like that instead of just kind of trapping him standing still. So pretty cool stuff. Different kinds of eyes. These are the web attachment pieces, and we'll definitely go over these. So you've got some that are curved, some that are straight, some that are short, long, and then you have this kind of expanded web ending for them, the ones that can take it in. Alright, an assortment of hands, some to hold weapons, some to not. A cell phone here. It's actually really cool because he takes selfies in the game and stuff like that. The Vulture Jammer, he used those. I believe it's from the comics. He used them to jam the Vulture's wings. Web bombs as well as trip mines. So both of these ensnare the opponents in web. The bomb, obviously, throw it, works like a grenade. The trip mine, you can set it up on the ground, you can set it up on a wall. When the enemy walks past it, they get ensnared in web. So, and a couple of Spider-Man icons there. So pretty cool stuff. Won't be going over the wrist gauntlets there because you see them, and there will be close-up pictures of them in there, but just because they're around his wrist, and you really don't see them, we'll just kind of leave that for the gallery on kumasao.com. So there's one more look at them, and let's get to reviewing this toy. Okay, so just giving you guys a roundabout, and the material used is that vinyl type of material, but this seems to stretch and expand really well. I guess expanding is stretching with his articulation, where I've seen some suits that kind of snap the joint back and things like that. If you guys remember my Sentinel, their Iron Spider, that review, you would bend them at the waist, but then all of a sudden, because of the tightness of the material of the suit, it would just bend him back to being standing up. It was just really, really strange stuff. So really good detailing throughout. Let's see how well this camera can capture it. If not, I do apologize, but you know, it's what it is. Lots of fine detailing throughout this suit. But all of the little grooves and things like that throughout, all of the lining, it's really, really great stuff. And as much as I try to capture what I can with my photography and as much detail, this is one that even I would say you really have to see in hand, because man, that detailing, it's another level of appreciation. And another thing I really like about this one is the body used itself. It looks like a different form from what I've seen, just the muscles and things like that, but we'll go over it. The head's on a ball joint. There does seem to be a neck separate from the body, but he's got pretty good traps in there and they're solid. Now, this is different. I have yet to see a body with the ratchet and joints like that, but I really do like them because they help hold those limbs in place instead of them being brought back by the suit. So, alright. And I'm going back as far as I'm comfortable. By all means, don't take this as the extent that this can go, but this thing was, I think, towards $300, so I'm definitely not trying to break or ruin this thing, especially on camera. Alright, looking over that that back bend, as well as ab crunch, and you can see he actually holds it instead of being snapped back, which is definitely a plus. Already beats that Iron Spider waist bend, and I'm sure it could do a full 360, but again, the suit. And we'll look at the wrists here. The wrists are standard fare, so there's a break in there that lets them rock back and forth. Really good for the web shooting hands, as well as that swivel. Alright, now we'll start to look at the legs. Ratchets, let's see how far we can take this out. not crazy far. The suit does start to give in around there. Go forward. More ratchets, but good forward swing. Seems to bring it back past that straight 90 degrees, which is okay. And this is a surprising amount of back, because normally the butt really blocks it and they can only go to about here, so that's pretty cool. All right, looking at the knees. I don't know if they're double jointed or single jointed. They look double jointed, but obviously pretty far knee bend. Ankles, you can tell they rock here. All right, pin that in. Forward movement in the foot, and it's nice that there's a break in the boots or feet of this. And then that back and forth movement as a whole. So pretty darn posable. And now we're going to take a look at the eyes. They are magnets. They also have a peg in there, big huge peg. But it's nice to read the instructions, because without the instructions I wouldn't have known how easy these are to take off, because at first I was kind of trying to prime and stuff. But you just push right there and it loosens up. Push on these ends and they loosen up. And you see they snap back. That's because of the magnet. But let's go out. And then they have two different levels of frown. So we'll use the next level down for one eye, and then full on frown or squint for the other. So there you go. And when we have that, it kind of looks like he's aiming at something. So I'm gonna step away from the camera for a second there, and just gotta find his right hand, his right web shooting hand. There we go. And another thing I will say, I don't know if it's just experience. This is hot toy number 28 now. It's kind of crazy couple of months. Don't hate. But they go on really, really easy, it seems like, with this figure. Get that back. Bring that in. I want that a little bit farther down. See if I can find that rocker. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Alright. And the web attachments, there are little holes in here. I like to zoom in so you can see it. Alright, just looking through the camera, making sure it's focused there. Or you could take one of the ones with an open end, and be careful while taking those out. They're sturdy, but they're fairly thin pieces, so. Alright, let's. That one. Actually, I got the ends mixed up, so it's going to be this end. And making sure that you guys can see the end of that, I'm going to have to zoom out some. Yep. And it does sag a bit, so you can move it up. But this is meant to kind of stick to something, so can't really bring it down too much. This is a solid plastic piece. Alright, and for this shot, doing a little bit of trickery here, because zooming out, you can see that, you know, no ends attached or anything like that, but zoom in, a little photo trick there. It looks like he's really attaching to something while swinging. Nothing crazy here, just kind of guarding himself while getting ready to throw one of those web bombs. Alright, so can't even lie, I almost missed out on a couple of accessories. One I completely didn't even see inside of the box, and the other I kind of unboxed and just put back because it's not really my thing. The first is the one that I didn't see at all, and it's this effect part. It's that Spidey sense kind of deal. So even though it places behind his head, it's a clear plastic piece. The way it works is that, take the head off there, it actually clips around the neck joint, as you can see. Then, you're not dropping his head all over the place. Bring that back around. There you go, just follow it. Oops. But okay, try that again. Get it around the neck piece first. And the instructions say to kind of balance that part under the head first. I think it's easier to just go ahead and clip it right on the neck. And then, boom. Alright, so that's the Spider Sense. And where it's located, this is actually a magnetic box, so it opens up. And it was taped inside of here. I opened this piece up, but I never even saw the big, huge piece right there that it was put on. So, cool feature about the box as well. Alright, and the other is this backdrop. I would say it's not really my thing, and I kind of just put it back in the box. Doctor Strange came with one of these too. I don't really like them just because they're so thin, and unless you're shooting in kind of portrait mode with your camera to the side, you're going to see the edges of it and this and that, or just clip in the character completely. But, I mean, just for the sake of getting something going there, let's see if we can zoom in. But even right there, you know, I'm pretty close, and it's still... You know, that's how zoomed in you have to be to not get the edges out. So that's why it's not really my thing, but it's neat. And I do like that it comes with these pieces to hold it up. The length is like perfect, but I just wish it was a bit wider. And closing this out, it's just Spider-Man taking a spider selfie using that cell phone as well as the spider plushie that comes with them. Overall, you know, this is still relatively new. Got this in yesterday. Did a lot of playing around with it. Full gallery is already done, so you can check that out. Kumstyle.com. Link will be in the description. Breakdown article, gallery, you know how we do. But I would have to say easily between an 8 and 9 out of 10. Really good piece. Really good accessories, but there are little things that kind of bug me about it. Like, for example, the fact that he only comes with the hand that holds his cell phone for the right side. Why doesn't that come with both? I do wish that in terms of maybe one web bomb, one trip mine, throw out the Spider-Man icons, little things like that, and then have equal hands throughout. Throw in 3 more hands or whatever so everything's equivalent. It's little stuff like that. But overall, really solid figure. Really articulated. Love the body, love the look. Hands down, it's one of my favorite hot toys to date, and that's not just a new thing, it's just really well done, and it seems to be the general consensus. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think of this in the comments. As for this video, like, share, subscribe, of course, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.